How you doing? This is Todd Smith, and I'm back with another video. In this video, I want to talk about the Moog One and my opinions on its price tag. The Moog One has hit the internet hard, with some people claiming that it's possibly going to be the best synthesizer of modern era, and other people's flipping out saying that it's utterly overpriced and that it's not justified in today's modern world. I'm just here to give my opinion on this topic. It's been the era of budget synthesizers. The last couple of years has been a slew of budget synths. And it has really filled the budget synth market heavily. I mean, it's brought a lot of really low end people to the game, people who didn't have that much money and couldn't really afford a hardware studio years ago, all of a sudden can really afford a hardware studio because the budget market has blown up. And I think that's awesome. I think it's great. I think it's awesome that kids can get like a couple Volcas for the under the price of a video game system underneath their Christmas tree and turn into a little electronic producer. I love the idea that all these budget synths are coming out and allowing brand new producers to get their hands on this stuff and create music. Because, I mean, that's what's going to push art forward, is getting instruments into the hands of new people. But I think there's a backlash to that. I think because we've gotten so much budget gear and we've gotten all this really cheap gear for the last couple of years, that people are just hit sideways when this really professional piece comes out for, like $8,000. Now, no one's heard this yet. No one's heard the one yet. So, I mean, we can't claim on its sound quality, but we know in general what the company brings to the table with sound. The build quality, obviously, from the pictures looks damn sexy. I mean, it looks amazingly built. In general, the company really build solid products to begin with. I think even their budget synthesizers are probably pretty firmly built. But I would have to say, I bet this thing is worth the price. I mean, for all the people who are saying it's not worth it, it's overpriced, it should be cheaper in today's modern era, I think a lot of that is because we're so used to cheap synths. This thing really looks like a monster, a powerhouse, like something that a pro uses. I mean, you're not going to see this in an average studio. This is going to be people who are already making money on music who own this. I mean, you might have the money to drop 8 Gs and you might really, really want it, and you're not making any money off music yet, but that's going to be few and far between. It's going to be professionals that are already making money off music who want and own this product. And I don't think that's a bad thing, because we've gotten so many budget synths this year, and we got so many budget synths last year, and we've filled up the kind of amateur market super strong. So I think it's almost time for the professionals to get some really super high-end synths that are almost out of the norm's price range, for those people who are really making money off music and really want to buy that super high-end piece, that they can afford because they're at that stage in their life. I mean, I possibly could afford it too, but like, why? Why would I spend $8,000 on a synth unless I'm heavily making money off music? I'd have to be working on movies and doing some serious stuff for me to think about dropping $8,000 on a synthesizer. But you know what? There's some people in the world who are at that point. And one day I might be too. So that's kind of my opinion on it. I think the Moog One is justified. And I think it's needed because it's filling up the other end of the budget, the other end of the spectrum away from the budget market. It's appealing to the high-end ballers, established artists or producers who are in the game and making money. This isn't for the Volca crowd, We got our Volcas, we got our boutiques, we got our cheaper Moogs, we got everything we wanted in the last couple of years. So us low-end people should be satisfied completely, and just let this go up to the big dogs and just be happy with it, and just be happy that there's something for them. Because it's so weird, because like when a Volca or a new budget synth comes out, you have all the high-end gear people coming and bashing it and say that these things are cheap and ludicrous and not worth their price. And then when something big and expensive comes out, you have all the budget synth people ripping it apart, saying it's not worth the money, it's not worth this, it's not worth that. And it's just, I think it's people, you don't need everything. You don't need everything. And you can't own everything. It's impossible to own every synth. And not every synth is going to be yours. So I think you got to just remember that. What do you guys think? Stay positive. Stay creative. Until next time. Peace.